Hello, everybody. This is Dana. I'm Matt. Yeah.
And it's time for another Think Tank Thursday. Welcome, everybody. We're so happy to have you here this evening. And as you can tell, I have Mr. Stampin' Chick here with us today. And he has insisted that he is not going to make a card, but I'm hoping that he'll at least help us make something. So we will get started here in just a minute. I see some folks are coming in, so please say hello when you do. And for those who have never been on a Think Tank Thursday before, let me just give you a quick little rundown of how it works. This is a fully interactive Facebook and YouTube Live, okay? So regardless of which platform you're viewing us on, you want to be close to your keyboard or have your thumbs on your phones ready to post comments. Yes. And we will be, that's right, we will be going through the process of designing a project, and we'll offer you some options, generally a this or that sort of thing. And we'll be waiting for your comments in the comments section for you to let us know what your vote is. Okay. So majority rules, and we will go from there. All right. So this evening, Mr. Sullivan is here with me, and I don't want to say necessarily against his will, but kind of against his will. He was nice enough to come and hang out with us so that I didn't have to be here by myself. The last few weeks I've had a guest here, and so this week I don't have a guest. We're just trucking right on along, and so Mr. Stampin' Chick was willing to come and hang out with us. All right. So it is May 1st. Holy mackerel, where did the month of April go? All right.
Gone.
Did it go fast for you too? Was it like, it went super fast for me. It was crazy. Yeah. It's already getting hotter than the blazes outside.
Not really.
You don't think so?
No,
It's just that midlife power surge, huh?
maybe.
Okay. Whatever. It's warm. It's really warm. It's been mid-80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hot. That's hot. Anyway. He likes the warm. He could handle that all day, every day. I would be over here melting, and he'd be like, la, 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 it's a great day in the neighborhood. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and get the other camera set up because I've got some things to show you this evening. And we're going to be working with some brand new product that will be available starting on the 6th, which is Tuesday? I believe that's Tuesday. So since we are so close to the beginning of the catalog, I wanted to bring out some brand new product to share with you to kind of wet your whistle a little bit and get you excited for the new stuff coming out, because holy cow, there is some really cool stuff. And I think that you guys are going to like it. So let me go ahead and get my camera set up here. So I'm just going to add in another camera, and there we go. All right, folks, let me switch my camera around so everybody say hello and goodbye to Mr. Sullivan, because he's going to be behind the scenes with me. Oh, you don't get to leave me.
Oh, wait. I want to read the comments. Where are those at?
They're right here. So
There's
when they
nobody
come
in
in, here's people that are here, and here is where their comments will be. So if you want to say hello,
Hello.
and
Nick. Thank you.
and you want them to say something to you, everybody say hello to
Hello.
Mr. Stampin' Chick so that he knows he's not alone.
Oh, we know that.
All right. And while you guys are saying hello to him, I'm going to go ahead and switch that camera around. All right, here we go. All right, big gray nothing, huh? So, friends, I have the new 2025-2026 annual catalog here. And if you've been following me, if you've been following other demonstrators, you know that we're not allowed to open the catalog on camera and show you the inside of it just yet. But it's coming, okay? It is coming. It will be able to be shown here soon. But meanwhile, if you don't already have a catalog and you're not a demonstrator, or you don't already have a demonstrator that you regularly shop with, I would absolutely love to be your demonstrator, and I would be happy to send a catalog out to you. So if you're interested and you need a catalog, put a comment down in the messages below, and I will be sure to reach out to you and get one out, okay? All right, now, I can show you product that I have on hand, all right? So I maybe can't show you the inside of the catalog, but I can at least show you some things that are in the catalog. One of the things is Notes and Totes. This is a really pretty stamp and die bundle. And one of the things that I am super excited about with this bundle is the little tote bag dies. I think these are so cool. Now, I had started to play with them the other day with the April Paper Pumpkin Kit. And I have a little project that I'm working on, and I will be posting that on my page and on my blog as soon as I have it finished. So be sure and stay tuned for that. But meanwhile, there are so many cool things that you can do with it. Folks have already been playing with it. There's already a lot of really cool projects that have been made. And I actually just got mine, so I've had just enough time to put everything in the box and put it away. So I haven't had a chance to play with it just yet. We're not going to play with it this evening. I know that's kind of a bummer, but we'll see if you still think so by the time we get around, okay? The next thing that I have to show you is Poppin' By. Now, this one is actually an online exclusive. So you may have been hearing demonstrators talking about the online exclusives, and you're wondering, what on earth are the online exclusives, right? But basically, it's not complicated at all. If you think about Stampin' Up! Like a department store, even like Walmart or Costco, Sam's Club, Kohl's, anything like that, what they have in the store itself isn't everything that they have, right? There's a lot of stuff that they have online that is maybe just listed online and not in the store. And that's the same thing with Stampin' Up's online exclusives. So even though we're calling it exclusive, it just means that it's only available online. It's not in the catalog, okay? And if our catalog is our storefront, it can only hold so much stuff. So the online exclusive is where you'll find all the extra goodies, okay? Basically, what I like to tell everybody is, if you want to know if we have something in stock, or if we have a particular theme of stamp or whatever that you're looking for, your best bet is to go to the Stampin' Up! Website and go into the search bar and search for the item there. Because everything that Stampin' Up! Has in the catalog, online, whatever, will all be available online, okay? All right, so Poppin' By, online exclusive. This one is so stinking cute. When I saw this one at Onstage, I like to lost my mind, because who doesn't love popcorn? You love popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Popcorn's one of his favorite snacks. So this one is a great stamp set because it's totally unisex. You can use it for all the things. You could totally make it a birthday card if you wanted to, but it's got some really general and generic sentiments here. So we've got popping in to say hello. No one's better than you. enjoy and pop, right? So you can do all kinds of cool things with it. That's just the stamp set. Take a look at the dies. Super stinking cute. So what you have here, you've got the little box that cuts out this guy here, and you have these which cut out these pieces. But then you can also give your little popcorn box some sunglasses, or not sunglasses, 3D glasses. Yes, thank you. 3D glasses and a little movie reel and some tennis shoes. I mean, it's super stinking cute, right? I think so. Yes. Okay, so that is the online exclusive. And then another thing that I have here, and this will be the last thing I share with you before I show the things we're going to work with, is the Glass and Gardens embossing folders set. So it includes 2 different embossing folders. And this one is really cool. It's set up in a way that you can actually kind of stack it on, so that you can make this pattern go across a bigger piece of paper, which is really neat. And then this one has some beautiful florals to it. You can see there, if I move that out of the way, it's a little bit easier to see. It's got roses and, I don't know, daisies or some kind of little posies there. And it's really, really cute. Okay. And you get both of them together in the one pack, which is awesome. All right, friends. I want to show you the turtles. Turtle. Okay, now here's the thing. I am finding that you either love the turtles or you think they're creepy. And I happen to be one of the people that think they're just a little bit creepy because their heads are strange. Look at that. They look like pickles. Don't they? They look like a turtle's body with a pickle head. And it's weird. I don't know. They actually look better like this one here. It really does look better because it has all of the little accessories on it. But the stamp set is strange because the stamps just have the turtles in a couple of different layout or positions, whatever. And they don't have any accessories with them. So it's just that little pickle head, and that's it. So it's weird. It's really weird. But that being said, I really liked the B side of the paper, and I loved the embossing folder. And these are shades of green hexagon embellishments, and they are so pretty. And then the ribbon, this is shaded spruce and soft seafoam. And I should have opened it before we came live. Sorry about that. Like I said, I just got this stuff. So basically, I bought everything in the suite except for the Stampin' Die bundle. Because I just couldn't get past, and you can see there that ribbon is so pretty. I just could not get past how weird the turtles looked. Okay. So what we're going to do this evening is we're going to have a little bit of a challenge. And Mr. Sullivan is over here with eyes going, oh God, please no, please no. We're going to do just a little bit of a challenge in that we are not going to be using stamps this evening at all. Is that crazy? To make a card without any stamping? Yeah. You think so? We shall see. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the Designer Series paper. And as you can see, I mean, we have some images here. So it's not like we're going to be without images. Okay, and I'll just flip through the papers here so that you can see what we have to work with. Of course, you can see that B side is super, super pretty. I really like the patterns on that. But we've got some little band members here and that really pretty turtle pattern paper on the back side. And like I said, I don't have the Stampin' Die bundle. So I'm not entirely sure what all gets die cut out with the dies, but I do know that this guy does. And so he's one of the examples. Look at that. I mean, it's like a pickle head. It really is. I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not sure how I feel about it. If you love the turtles, forgive me. You know, like I said, it's definitely a party line, and you either love them or you think they're weird. So, but that's okay, because even if we think the turtles may be just a little bit weird, we're still going to be able to use the paper and all of the other stuff, and we can still love that and enjoy it. Okay. So we have these turtles here, and then some more of the pattern on the back. And then this one, like this one is funny though. I mean, it's a little strange because the turtle's got, you know, it's a towel. It looks like hair. It's a towel. I think he's supposed to be like beachy. You know, he's got a towel wrapped around him here and a towel wrapped around the bald head. I'm not really sure why, but you know. But then there's, you know, the little pool guy and, you know, Chef Boyardee. That's like you.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Why? You
It's
did.
not that green.
You almost got the bald like the bald.
Yeah.
Kinda. No? Okay. Well. But he's grilling fish.
Coming from a turtle.
Kind of funny, huh?
Kind of. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. But there's some cute little things here. Now, like I said, I don't know what all the dies cut out, but I do know that one turtle on his back, because that one was the subject of a lot of conversation. Just the way his head came up, it was weird. Anyway, here are some more images too. So we've got little Chef with the birthday cake. We've got a little birthday pal, some cakes, some decorations and whatnot. So you can use these, and you can fussy cut around these and use them for all kinds of cool things, which is what we're going to do this evening. Okay. So I'm thinking that we want to do a birthday type card. All right. Now you've got some background scenes here, so we can certainly use these to dress our card up. And on the back side, you've got some really cool polka dots. But I think that a birthday themed card might be a good thing, right? Because we can always use birthday cards. Yeah. Okay, and this one is kind of cool because it's really unisex, right? I mean, depending on what colors you put with it as to whether or not it's going to look kind of masculine and feminine. How would you feel about a turtle card? Would that be weird or would that be okay? You think it'd be good? Yeah. Okay. All right. So, friends, here is our first question. Are we going to make a masculine birthday card, or are we going to make a feminine birthday card? So comment in the messages, masculine or feminine, male or female, whichever you want to put in there. And we will go from there, figuring out what colors we're going to use and what kind of look we're going to get. Okay. And while you guys are deciding that, I'm going to pull out a couple of images. So if we're going to do a birthday, you know, we could do a cookout card. Maybe that should have been our first question. Miss Linda says a mail card. Okay. All right. So I'm just looking through the turtle pictures and everything. And, you know, we could do either birthday or a barbecue card. Would that be weird? I feel like a turtle barbecue is kind of strange, but but he's really cute. I actually do like that one. So, okay, Miss Linda says a mail card. So now I'm going to ask if we're going to do a birthday card or if we're going to do a barbecue card. So either one would be fine. And of course, we could do a birthday barbecue card. I don't know, but you know, do we want to do with the Chef Boyardee and the barbecue, or do we want to do with like the birthday bakery chef? What do you think, friends? And I can do just a little bit of cutting here because that'll take me just a minute. So let me grab my eyeballs. And let's see, where's a whole piece here? How do you feel about your fussy cutting skills, darling?
I fussied all the way down the stairs.
You fussied. You're funny. You think you can cut inside the lines?
No, we're gonna do a barbecue one.
Are we? All right. Yes, I like the idea of the barbecue one actually. I didn't realize until we were looking through the papers that barbecue is actually going to be pretty cute. Okay, so we're doing a masculine barbecue card. Okay, that's good. Let me just cut these out. Now, one good thing about this and not having the stamps and dies available is that it's really kind of given you the opportunity to think really outside the box and try to figure out what you're going to do, right? Okay, with the barbecue guy, we've got red here. We've got, of course, the garden green. We've got gray granite. We've got pecan pie. What is that other that really looks like, doesn't that look kind of like Pretty Peacock? That blue-green. Let me see. It doesn't say it on the paper, but it actually,
Sherry says grill.
Yep.
So
We're doing the barbecue. Yep, absolutely. Turtle on a half shell. You're bad. You are bad. Okay, so then if we're doing a barbecue turtle, oh, that was bad, wasn't it? Barbecue turtle.
That's it.
I mean, we are in the South. Oh dear.
Fried fruit shooting.
Okay, so we have a lot of options here. First of all, we have this super cute background that's already set up for us that we could work from there, and that looks really cute. I'm not sure if you'd put the barbecue grill on the blanket, but it does actually look cute there, doesn't it? Or there's this one, but that looks more of a garden. Though with him right there, it does look good.
Maybe he's got a George Foreman and it's inside.
Oh, you think so? On a stage?
Oh, no. I mean, it could be the master chef.
The master chef. Well, I mean, yeah. We don't even actually have to use one of these backgrounds. We can use a background from the other side of the paper. So let me see here. Let me look. Let me look through the papers to see if there's anything. Okay, this one might not be a bad accent paper. So let's hold that one out. And there's that one right there. But I think, okay, you think it's too busy? I was thinking that it would definitely be better if we chose this kind of thing to do plain cardstock and do the embossing to give it some texture. What do you think? Like the turtle's shell texture? I think that could be good. You think so? Are you sleepy, darling? He had a long, long day at work, folks. So we are very thankful that he is willing to sit with us. I mean it. I'm not being sarcastic. Not yet. Okay, let me cut this one out. And that will help us get, so that should be about one. It's going to be like just over 1 inch. Okay. Yep. Ooh, look at that. I didn't do too bad. Okay. And then these, I wonder, that one's 4 inches. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But the other one doesn't actually look that size. Some of them, they're different sizes. So let me cut these apart right quick so that I can just tell you what sizes they are, because these are 4x6, which is really good in the scheme of scrapbooking, right? These would be perfect mats for journaling and things like that for scrapbooking, but that's not what we're doing right now. So, what?
Mats.
Mats. Wah, wah. Oh dear. I know. It usually is. Okay, and these are 4x6 as well, so that's nice to know, isn't it? Okay, there's that one. All right, and I would probably trim that just the tiniest little skosh. A skosh is a term of measurement, by the way. It really is. Okay, and these ones are 2 and 15/16. It would make sense for them to be 3 inches, but they are not. In fact, it really would make sense. I'm sure that they were supposed to be 3 inches, because that would make sense if this is 3 inches and this is 1 inch. So there's the 4 inches. And then the other 2 panels would be 4 inches. That would make sense. But I'm telling you, just cutting it myself, it's not exactly that. It's slightly off. Okay. It's slightly off. All right. So these are would be 3x4. Oh my gosh. Would be, because there's bees on here. He's something else, isn't he, y'all? I did put it out there. Okay, so these ones would be 3x4, and the other ones would be 4x6. Hey, Miss Debbie, how are you, love? We are going to be playing with some of the Turtle Love stuff. What is the name of the bundle? I don't know. Turtly Cute collection. And we're just getting started, so you haven't really missed much. We are just deciding that we're going to be using a Chef Turtle, Barbecue Chef, and the Barbecue Grill. And we're going to make a masculine barbecue card. And we have Mr. Stampin' Chick here with us, who is providing all of the comedic relief. I'm about to start coughing if I don't take a sip of water. Okay. Let me go ahead, and when I'm fussy cutting, I'm not fussy cutting way up into the lines, and I'm not trying to be crazy with it. That is just me personally. I know some folks that love fussy cutting and are really, really good at it. I am not one of those people. So I like to leave at least a little bit of a border around the edges, just to give me some grace when I happen to mess up a little bit. And that happens often, but that's okay. And so I'm just cutting around the edges a little. Do you want to test your skills and try to trim around the barbecue grill? I'll even give you the sharper scissors.
That'd be good.
Don't cut yourself.
Guaranteed.
All right. So you're just leaving a little bit of an edge. Oh, don't do that. You don't want to do that. You're pretty good at it, huh? Well, you go ahead and cut it then, darling. No, you can't have a new piece. Oh, dear. Y'all, he's terrorizing me now. This is what I get for bringing him on. Okay. Matthew, you had something to say about the idea of tofu cheesecake the other day.
You made me mess up already. You can't talk to me while I'm cutting. I can't multitask.
You can't
You
multitask.
know this already.
Oh my goodness, y'all. It's something else. Okay.
My folks don't work either.
Oh no. All right. So I'm just trimming around it. You can see, oh, I was off camera. Sorry about that. I'm just trimming around the edges of it. And, I do tend to take just a minute to do it because, I don't want to mess it up. But I do leave a little bit of an edge so that I have a bit of grace in case I mess up something. But I try not to. You guys know how it is. I got a little close there. How are you doing?
I don't know. I can't see the lines.
Oh no.
My glasses have got
Your glasses have got you what, darling?
I'm looking through the lines.
Oh no. Oh no. All right, here we go.
Yeah, tofu's nasty.
Tofu.
We don't discuss that.
For anyone who's ever seen the Disney movie, what is it, Encanto? Where one of the songs is "We don't talk about Bruno, we don't talk about tofu." Ooh. Traumatic experience, wasn't it, darling?
That's not even a word to describe.
Oh dear.
But if you like it, I guess whatever.
he just didn't get a very good.
I don't think you can get very good.
Yeah, you can.
No.
I've had like pad thai with tofu instead of chicken, and it was really good. But I just think that I was not the person to be trying to experiment with tofu. I didn't know what I was doing, and it was nasty. I did a bad thing with it. It was gross. That was when we were young and first together.
You're not young now.
Ugh, I wish. I wish,
You
darling.
gave me safety scissors.
I did not. Y'all, I did not give him safety scissors.
This thing wouldn't cut toilet paper.
Oh my gosh. You're killing me. But you love me.
That has nothing to do with cards and these people.
Well, for right now it does. You'll be okay, honey. I'll feed you later. Oh, Debbie says her vegetarian children don't even do tofu.
See?
Oh my goodness. That's so funny. All right, I'm done. Are you? Okay. While he's still cutting out the grill, we can get back to designing, yeah? All right, so we have already decided that we're doing a masculine card and that we're doing it with a barbecue theme, okay? So we need to decide if we want to use one of the pre-printed backgrounds or if we want to use a cardstock background, okay? So that is our next question. Comment in the comments and let us know, are we using one of the printed backgrounds or are we using a more neutral cardstock background? Okay? How you doing, love?
Well, I'm about there.
Okay, that's good. You got to cut in between those legs too.
What?
I'm kidding. No, you don't.
You're talking about a whole nother level of crazy. Nope, I got it.
You're good.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you are cutting on the line too, aren't you? You are serious about that. Doing good. You are. Those sharp scissors help. Okay. So are we doing the pre-printed background or are we doing a regular plain cardstock background? Okay, that's what we need to know. And if we were going to do a regular cardstock background, we could do, let's see here. I think perhaps, Miss Linda says pre-printed.
There you go.
Look at that. He did a great job.
One grill.
It's got all of its legs too, and the lid. That's good. All right, Miss Linda says pre-printed. So now we have to decide, are we doing the picnic scene or are we doing the backyard scene? You think backyard? Hmm? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right sitting on the rug or on the blanket.
There's too much going on in the back.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. I do think it looks good like this. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Miss Debbie says she likes the printed background as long as it's not covered up completely. Absolutely, darling. Absolutely. Okay. So Mr. Sullivan likes this one. We'll go ahead and do this one for him. And I think that we need to just trim it down slightly. Would you mind, darling, to grab that little paper trimmer right there? Thank you, love. All right, while he's grabbing that, we're going to just trim right at the edges. This is 4x6. So we're going to trim a little bit off here to make it 5 1/4 by 4. Okay. And that way it will fit a standard card base. And I think that we can use, thank you, love. I think that we can use maybe a black card base. Oh, you know what? This isn't going to work for that one because it doesn't go far enough over. That's okay. I'm going to trim this away because, you know, when those different segments are on a piece of paper, sometimes you get it perfect and sometimes you get the slightest little edge of the other pattern on there. So I'm going to take that off. And then I will bring in my regular paper trimmer to trim this at 5 1/4. What did you just do?
What did you just do?
I don't know. Okay, so I'm making this at 5 1/4, and I hate to cut that off, but we can't make it 6. We can't make it 6 inches because then we don't have an envelope or anything. So we're just going to cut that off, and it's not too bad. Most of it all is still there, so that's still okay, right?
Postcard.
It's not a postcard.
Could have been.
Yeah, it could have been, I guess. Yeah, you're right. And it is 4 inches. So, okay, 4 by 5 1/4. Yeah, we got it. We're good. Okay, now we'll set that right there. All right. We need to decide what layer we are going to put behind this. So if you haven't noticed, we're kind of working our way backwards a little bit. Normally, we start out with a card base and then build up the layers from there, right? But in this particular case, we already know what our focal images are going to look like. And then we established that we wanted to use the printed background. So now we're going backwards, all right? So we need to decide, are we going to do let's say, how about, I'll give you a couple of choices. What do you think, darling? Hold on. That being the card base and this being the layer right behind the panel. Or do you think that we should do the, let's see here, this card base with this layer? Okay, friends, here we go. You get to choose. Are we going to do an early espresso card base with a pecan pie layer? And that would go like that. Or are we going to do a crumb cake card base with a garden green background? What do you think? And I'm going to see if I can't lay them together here. There we go. There we go. That works.
Just do one of each.
What do you mean do one?
Bit of each.
You can't do all the things.
Why not? We're making it.
Well, we are, but you can't do all the things. Okay, guys, are we doing the garden green crumb cake layers or are we doing the browns? So green or browns? What do you think? I also think,
Early espresso.
okay, and pecan pie. That's this one right here. All right.
Once,
Mm-hmm.
one twice. It looks like it's gone already.
Yep, and there's another one too. Very good. Okay, and while we're doing that, I'm also going
Hi.
to cut. Hey, Estrada, how are you, darling?
That's the brown.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'm cutting this piece at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8, which is, as you know, pretty much the entire front of a card base. And I'm going to ask Mr. Sullivan here if he will emboss this piece of cardstock for us. Not for the card, but so that we can see it. So we're using the Turtle Textures embossing folder, and it makes that really cool turtle shell background. Okay, this one is the thin one. So you need, grab that one right there, love. Okay. And you need that one.
Which one?
So you need the two clear ones and that.
Yeah.
But you need to put this between those.
Now, what's that one?
Same thing as that one.
Well, put that one out.
So that it would tell you what the sandwich was.
You ain't done this enough, you don't know?
Sometimes. Okay, friends, so these thinner embossing folders, I know we're all getting used to the 3D embossing folders, and the 3D embossing folders require the platform, this, and the gray. There we go. If this were a 3D folder, it would have the platform, it would have the folder and paper, and it would have the gray mat, right? But this is not a 3D embossing folder, which is interesting because it seems like most of our embossing folders have been. In this case, it is just the standard embossing folder. And if you don't recall, the sandwich for that is one big platform, one clear plate, your embossing folder and paper, and then your other clear plate. Okay, so Mr. Sullivan's going to do that for us. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut our papers here. All right, 5.5. I know, I always put my feet underneath it and hook it that way it doesn't slide. It has wheels, the little die cutting cart I have beside the table here. And it even has locks, and I'm certain that I've locked it, but I don't know. Okay, and then I'm going to score this at 4.25, okay? So we have a standard 8.5 by 5.5 card base scored at 4.25, all right? Just like that. Okay, and then this one will go away. And this one, I'm going to cut at 5 3/8. So this one, I'm going to cut the same size as I cut the green. And by the way, take a look at that.
I know, I'm good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I pushed all, made them all.
Oh, you did them all by hand? Okay. Well, you did a great job.
I took the turtle out in the backyard and rolled it
You did not. Oh my gosh. All right. So I think I've cut that. Yes, 5 3/8.
around.
And then, yeah, it would have. Our child is standing outside the window taking pictures of us.
Maybe she's on video too.
I don't know if she is.
If you see a video popping, try her. Comment.
Oh, yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to put it at 4 1/8, okay? So we've got 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm going to go ahead and do 2 of them because I want to do one for the inside as well as the outside. Okay. So there we go. All right. And then I know for sure I need to burnish the score line. You want to take over, darling?
Oh,
No? You're good where you are, huh?
yep.
Okay.
As long as there's no naked envelope.
No naked envelopes. That's right. That is right. No naked insides and no naked envelopes. All right. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put my pecan pie layer on the inside of my card.
See, I can't even do that. Sure.
You struggle?
With the glue thing? Yes.
Oh, it's because you're all like telling it what to do and you can't boss my glue around. It's like me. You have to be nice and lovey with it and be like, I love you, honey. Will you please do this for me? And it will do it every time.
No, it won't. It's a lie.
It is not. Girls, I need support here. It's getting crazy. All right.
When you asked me to come on these things.
It's all good. It's all good. You're outnumbered, so it's okay.
I've been outnumbered since the day we got together.
That's true. That is true. All right. So the reason why I put this on the inside, but I haven't put one on the outside here yet, is because we need to decide if we're going to add any kind of embellishments to this. Now, we are looking at this as a masculine card. So the idea of putting ribbon on it may or may not be appropriate. Okay. We have our pecan pie layer, and it's just slightly bigger than the printed layer. Now, if you guys think that we should cut it even more small so that it's got a little bit more edge to it, let me know. Okay, so the question is, are we leaving it with the thin edge or are we going to cut it down just a little bit and give it more of a brown edge? What do you think? Okay, so let me bring it up just a little bit. There's the really fine edge. And then if we give it just a bit more, it'll be approximately like that. What do you guys think? More or less? That's the question. Less is more? You think so in this case? Do you like it better with the narrow border or a little bit more? With a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Miss Linda agrees. Miss Linda agrees with you. She says cut it a tiny bit.
I agree with her.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do then is we're going to cut this down to let's see, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Whoo, mathing today. See, I math all the time.
Take my course.
No, Mr. Sullivan is doing some extra training stuff for work, and he's having to do some mathing this week, and he's not sure how he feels about it. Or maybe he is sure how he feels about it. Are you sure how you feel about it?
Ain't no fun.
It's not fun at all, huh? All right. Well, okay. I have cut this down now to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And that is going to give us a little bit more of that brown border. So now you can see it's a little bit easier. There we go. When I put it on there we go. So now we have that. Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
You like that? Okay. All right. So then I can go ahead and attach this layer to the compi layer. Aha, Miss Linda says perfect. Good deal.
Be careful.
He's cracking his own self up over here, y'all. Okay. Now then, how do you feel about ribbons or bows on your cards? I don't put them on too often, do I? But how do you feel about ribbons or bows? Does it matter to you?
Not so much bows.
Not so much bows. Bows are a little too much. What about a knot?
Yeah.
Knots are good?
Yeah.
We could do that. Okay. I really, really want to use the ribbon because it's so pretty. But let me tell you, girls, it's a polyester ribbon. It's very satiny, and it's very soft, and you can see how pliable it is. Sorry about that. So if I were to make a bow with this, the downside of how beautiful and two-sided this is that if I were to make a bow just like we normally do, you can see right away, right, what's happening there, which actually is a really cool effect. I mean, it's a really cool effect, but you may not be wanting that, right? So the question then is, how do I get a bow to be the same color on both loops? You know how to do that?
Oh, that's why I'm sitting here.
You're learning?
No.
Oh. Okay, so here's how you get the same color of loops on both. All right. It's going to be a little, how do they say in the magic world, a little flick of the wrist? Okay. I've got my loop, and I'm going to bring it around. And as I'm coming around here, I'm going to twist just a little bit right there. You see that? I'm just folding it over on the back side and bringing it through with the darker green showing. When I do that, I know. Ta-da! Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's pretty tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nifty little trick. All right, do you need to see that one more time? Let me show you.
Yeah, 'cause you don't want to blink, you'll miss it.
Okay, so two-sided ribbon, when you want to have the same side showing, make your loop, bring it around just like you would any other bow, give it a little twist right there, and then push it through so that the same color is facing. And then you can see I'm holding this loop and I've got my finger in this one and I'm just pulling from the back side to tighten it down into a bow. And there it is, right? Pretty cool. Okay, now obviously that doesn't matter for us tonight because we're making a masculine card, so we're not going to put a bow on it anyway. However, there you go if you wanted to know. All right, now our next question is going to be if we want to put a knot on here or if we want any ribbon at all, okay? So let me see here. Let me just fiddle with it for a second. And we've already established that a knot is probably the way we want to go. And I don't think I'm going to worry too much about which side. In fact, ooh, what if we did that? That's pretty stinking cool. So look there. Now I have the band as one color and the showing pieces as the other side. That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
This is done the exact same way that I showed you with the bow. I just twisted it on the back side to bring the same color forward. Okay, so that's all you have to do as far as that. All right, let's see how we feel about having a bow on here. We may not even want one. I don't know. Okay, we're definitely going to need to put these up on dimensionals, though, if we do that. And I just don't know, but what it's going to be a little too muchness. You think so?
Yeah, and you're taking away from the bush and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so, too. I think with the background being as pretty as it is, we may not want that at all. So, yeah, Linda agrees, no ribbon. Okay. There are still things that we can do to make it look nice. First of all, I'm going to grab my dimensionals, and that's a brand new one. Look at that. Okay. Can you be my backer puller? Not my back. Not my back. Okay. Here we go. I'm just going to cut these a little bit because I want it to spread over the whole piece there, and we really don't need more than one. So let me grab that also. I could be mean and have him cut me some little pieces for the feet, couldn't I? I love you, darling. I think I might actually have to make some. No, they might be okay. All right, there's that one. And then this one. You don't need a plucker. You got it. Are you the original plucker? You're not a mother plucker, though. That's a good thing.
I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad.
No, we don't want to say anything more than that. That might be on the verge of inappropriate. Okay, I am going to trim around the edges of my dimensionals here because, as you are perfectly aware, this is all good stuff too, and I don't waste any of it. Uh-oh. All right, so let's do. Oh, that one's too big for that. Let's put that there. And this one here. I'm going to have a lot of them for you to pluck off this one. We don't want anything sagging, do we, Sherry?
It's got watermelon. Just a little barbecue.
Oh, you like watermelon? We haven't had watermelon in a minute. It's time, isn't it?
It's getting there.
Yeah.
Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, yeah. Now that
With
sounds.
some milk.
We have strawberries in the fridge.
She ain't got no shortcake. Don't
No,
have no milk.
no.
Or whipped cream.
Oh, I can make the whipped cream. I've got heavy cream in there.
It's like your butter incident all over again.
Oh, it is not. Okay, I gotta tell you this, folks. I pull the meanest tricks on him.
Yeah, you cut a little close on that one.
I did. And while he's pulling the backs off of that, I'm going to go ahead and pop this piece up too, because that's definitely something that we can do that will make all the difference in the world as far as embellishments. And it's super simple, just a matter of adding dimensionals to the back of our card layer. So the butter incident is, for those who may or may not know, you can take heavy cream from the grocery store, in the cartons, and you can put some in a mason jar and just shake it up real good. And this is a really fun little thing that you can do with your kids or grandkids for the summer, actually, because it really is good butter. Because you can also add whatever kind of additions that you want. If you want to do like garlic parmesan or rosemary or whatever, you just mix it in, into your butter and then let it set up. So, all right, there you go. There's a lot to peel off of that one. While he's doing that, and I'm going to keep telling you my story, I'm going to cut around the edges of this. So you can take some heavy cream and pour it into a mason jar, screw the lid down tight, and just shake it until it turns into butter. And this really does work, okay? The colder the heavy cream is to start with, the longer it's going to take for it to seize up into butter, okay? So if you want to make quick work of it, then you pour your heavy cream into the mason jar and you let it sit out on the counter for a little bit until it gets to about room temperature. And then you can shake it for just a little bit and it turns into butter. But it has to be actual cream. It can't be 1% milk. because 1% milk has so very little fat in it that it's not going to seize up. It's not going to set at all. It is just going to turn into well-shaken milk. As Mr. Sullivan discovered one night, because I played an awful trick on him. And I poured heavy cream into my mason jar, and I poured the 1% milk into his mason jar, and we're both shaking the jars. And he knows, he's made the butter with me before, so he knows it takes a minute for it to set up, but we're shaking, and then mine seizes up. And if you've made it before, it's a really satisfying moment, because the heavy cream goes through phases and stages, and it starts out, as kind of a creamy liquid, and then it starts getting heavier, like whipped cream, like whipped topping, and then it gets loose and runny, and all of a sudden you have this solid or semi-solid blob in the jar with all this liquid in it, right? And it's just the most satisfying thing, because it's like an instant seize. It's wonderful. It's my favorite thing. And so, we're shaking along, and mine seizes up, and I'm like, oh, yay, butter. And Matthew's still shaking, and nothing is happening. And he's like, mine's not even setting up. And I said, well, you're probably not shaking it hard enough. So the poor guy just gives it all he's got and shaking the bejesus out of it. And it's still not doing anything. And I keep him going for I don't even know how long, a little while before he's really starting to think there's something going on. And I just keep telling him, you just got to keep going. It's going to happen. You know it will. And I let him go for a little while longer, and then finally decided to tell him that I had pulled a mean trick on him and that it was never ever going to seize up because it was just milk. And it kind of backfired because then he decided that he was never going to fall for the trick again. So he was never going to help me make butter again. So it wasn't necessarily a trick that worked in my favor, but it was funny. So I'm not sure. I still think maybe it was worth it, but it did get me in the end too. All right. I now have the background layer on, and you can see I've put the turtle and his barbecue grill there, and they're all popped up on dimensionals. And this is super cute, but it has literally no sentiments to it. And we still haven't done anything for the inside. And what do we always say? No naked insides. No, we don't. You hear him? He says, leave it blank. No, we
That's
don't.
so that you can write your own.
Well, you have to put something in there.
I know you handwrite it.
You handwrite it?
Sure.
But what do you do to dress it up?
You write nice.
You write nice. Well, I mean, yeah, you can. You can. Okay, here is where that designer series paper is going to come in so handy. We are going to use either this paper or where's that?
You used to use it when you're having a party.
Uh,
There's music notes on there.
there is.
You're having a party.
You think?
I don't know.
You think so? You think that? I was gonna say. You think that goes with it? Yeah. Okay. So I was thinking either this one or this one. And what, you like that one? Oh, you like the lined one. He likes the lined one. Okay. So we'll probably have to do the lined one. It's right here. I wasn't going to use it on this card.
Oh, we're doing more than one?
No, we're not going to do another card, folks. I just wanted to show you guys. What the embossing looked like on actual cardstock, because this would make a very cute card all by itself, in fact. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. You want to cut a birthday while I'm setting this up?
Not really.
Yes, you do. I can tell.
There, take that one.
You can't do that.
It does look like a pickle that's been sitting on the countertop.
Thank you.
It's all shriveled up a little.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, exactly. Okay, so cut me. I really want this guy.
Is that your left or my left? The one on the left.
One on the left.
Your left?
It's the same left because I don't have it mirrored. So the left is the left. Or I do have it, whatever it is. I don't have, I do not have it mirrored, I think, is the way it goes. So anyway, what they see is what we have, which is the right way. So this is left for us, is left for them too. Okay, so I would like for this guy
You got nothing left.
and that guy.
If you got to make cut.
We got this. Okay. All right.
The birthday one?
The birthday
Okay.
cake one and this one with the balloon. Yes,
How about I just take this one here and this one here?
that's fine. But don't cut these, cut around them so that we can maybe use them. We may want them. We may want to do that one and that one too. I've got him cutting paper, y'all. One step towards making a card. He says, absolutely not. Okay, here's what I'm going to do, friends. I am going to cut this at 2 1/4. And I'm doing it with the lines going this way because I want them to go this way on the envelope. So basically, it's going to be the opposite of the way I cut it. That's going to make sense in a minute. Okay.
His feet.
All right, so I've got it at 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to cut this one at 6. Okay, this is going to be the dress up for the envelope. So this is going to be the envelope flap. All right. And then I'm going to take this one and I want to do 1 inch. Let's see here. Yes, I want to do 1 inch. And this 1 inch, I'm going to take, let's see, 3/8 of an inch off. All right. This 3/8 of an inch strip, I will put on the front. And then this piece, I'm going to cut down to 5 1/4. And let's see, that looks good. Let me turn that. That little squiggly line is weird. Yeah, it's weird. It's not even all the way on the paper. It's weird. Okay, that was better. All right. Okay. Now, let me take this piece here. And now remember, at this point, we have not done any stamping at all, right? None. No ink involved. Ew, he made me ink. Oh, you can tell we have children and have watched Disney. Does anybody know what quote that is from? Nope, that's not it. All right, put a little adhesive on the back of our inside layer here.
That'd be nice if they put pizza on it, because I've got the Ninja Turtles.
That, yes, an opportunity missed. Is there pizza on any of the others? Are you sure? None on that one or that one. There's a watermelon slice, but yeah, I don't see any pizza. That is funny, though. Leave it to you to think of that. Yeah, no, there isn't. That's unfortunate. All right, let's put this in here. I agree. All right. So now we have this inside layer that matches nicely. We've got plenty of room to write here if we want to. We can also take a little die cut piece, or in our case, a fussy cut piece, because we don't have the dies. And we can put a little character right here. So who shall we put right there?
I'm going to start fussing here in a minute.
The fussy cutter is going to start fussing. Let's see. What if we did a grill going the other way? You don't want to do another grill? Oh, I didn't even notice this, folks. Look at this. The chef turtle facing this way, the chef turtle facing this way. So they're facing each other. And then this grill opens up the opposite way of our other one. That's pretty cool. I dig it. Okay, so maybe just a loose grill there, and we'll put that on the inside. I'll do that right quick. Ways that you can make a card and dress up said card. No naked insides and no naked envelopes without actually having the stamp and die set. That is one of the wonderful things about Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper. I absolutely love it. All right, let's see if I can do half as good of a job as you did. You did pretty darn good.
They're having such a good time. They're coming out of the shells.
Are they? Okay. There we go. Yep. All right. Getting there. Of course, we're adding a little bit more detail and layers than you would have to. You could leave it just like this. You could put, I do have some sentiments for us, but it's still not going to be stamped. So you're going to see we're going to do this entire card without any stamps, which is crazy because I never do cards without any stamping. Are you good? Are you going to make it? Hmm?
I think I cut some of his shell.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's good.
He's
He's
good.
alive.
All right, very good.
I don't know about this one. It's a string. Cut that close.
Don't cut it too close. Leave a little edge.
String.
No, leave a little edge because otherwise it'll be too flimsy. So just leave a little border around the string. There we go. All right. Trying not to get outside of the. I think I've got my stand scooted back just a little bit. I'm not sure, but it's okay. I'll try to keep my hands up here closer. I'm not doing anything important I'm doing something a little important, but it's nothing interesting. I'm just fussy cutting around the grill. So if my hand happens to go below the screen, you're not missing anything. All right.
If they call it fussy cutting, because the first time I done it, they fuss.
Maybe. Maybe.
Let's see.
You can see that? Well. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add a little adhesive to the feet and pull that adhesive off the edges there. Okay. And then put it right here. Maybe I want it to go all the way down so it doesn't look like it's floating. Probably a good idea, right? There we go. And just like that, the inside is embellished and looks nice. Matches the card itself, and it's great. Okay, now for the envelope. Just do just a little bit of adhesive here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. There we go. Whoops. And then for the flaps, I generally like to use some of the liquid glue because I want to make sure that this thing is not going to come off in the mail, right? The only thing that I can think of that might really agitate a mail person is for my envelope flap decoration to gum up their little meter machine and, all of a sudden my beautiful envelope is torn up and they've wasted half the day trying to get it uncluttered or unclogged, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to put glue near the edges. Okay. And then just spread it all over the flap. Like I said, I really want to make sure that it gets glued down well. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this in right up to the edges. Fold my envelope so that I can make sure it's at the edge but not over it. Okay. There we go. All's well. And give it a really good burnish. Okay. There we go. And I'm not worried about that because the wonderful thing of having a silicone mat on my desk is I can just rub it right off. Okay, there we go. All right, let's trim this up, and this card will be just about done. I think we could put some of the bling on here and it would be okay. You guys kind of like bling though, right? It's okay to put bling on?
Oh, you talking to me? I thought you was talking to them. I'm sitting there cutting.
They love bling.
Bling it up.
They all love bling. Bling is a good thing.
Oh, look at you. I knew it and didn't even know it.
Oh!
Got us some natural in the house.
Oh my goodness, I know. I know. Get me on stage and get me paid, baby. All right. Oh, I gotta trim that off too. Okay.
I think this turtle's ready to party.
You think so?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, there you go. I dig it. Okay. One more grill, please.
Oh.
I know. This one.
Trying to burn the house down.
Yes. Oh, do that one right there. You all right?
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
you got
hit
the
the gas.
sandcastle.
It's okay. Man down. Oh, I'm gonna do a beachy one soon too. Not tonight. I'm not gonna make you cut anything else.
Beach.
Some beach, somewhere. All right. There we go with our envelope. Here we go with the card. Mr. Sullivan is cutting one more of those barbecue grills, and we're going to put it right here so that we're embellishing the envelope just like we would as if we were stamping it. Now I'm going to bring in some of our shades of green hexagon embellishments. They're also part of that Turtly Awesome or Turtly Cute, whatever product suite. And they're so pretty. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Okay, and where's my pokey tool? You have a pokey tool? Oh, it's
You
right
wouldn't
there.
give it to me.
Well, all right. Let's see. I feel like these ones might be fine. Should we do light ones or should we do dark ones, friends? Light bling or darker? What do you think? The light or the darker? I'm thinking, let's see. The darker probably shows up a little better, but the lighter one flows a little better too. So, yeah, Miss Linda agrees, the light one. So, let's do one there. One there. There we go. Just a little something, something there. Yeah. All right. Now, while he is cutting our grill, are you done yet? No? Okay. While he's cutting the grill, I'm not going to actually, let's see, maybe I will. This is 5.5 by 8.5. We'll go 4.25. And there we go. Okay, super cute. And Super cute. And a little ribbon. Very nice. And then we can bring in our Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera Pack. These are absolutely fabulous. Look at what you have. I'm going to show you. You've got some cool stuff in here. These things are great because you have a ton of different sentiments, and you've got some that are black, and you've got some white ones here too. So you get 2 sheets of each one. I'm going to set that there because, like I said, we were only going to make the 1 card, so I just wanted to show you that. Okay, and then here's the other ones. So we can take, let's see, there's a happy birthday right there. There's a happy Father's Day. There's a happy Father's Day. And Father's Day is coming up in June. And maybe if I whisper, you won't hear me.
What'd you say? I'm too busy fussy cutting.
All right, so let's see here.
Are you making a Mother's Day?
Am I making a Mother's Day?
Day's kind of hard.
Mother's Day is coming up first, isn't it?
She likes to grill too.
Does she?
Sometimes.
Yeah. That is really stinking cute, isn't it? Look at that. I love it. Okay, so there's an option for us. And let's see if happy birthday works. Okay, there's happy birthday. Isn't that cool? I love it. And of course, we'll pop whatever we're going to put on dimensionals because obviously. And how about hello, it's me. There's that one. Or aww, I love you. That one's so sweet too. So as you can see, we have lots of cool options. That was just from the 1 set. We've got Thankful for You, Thinking of You, Oh Happy Day, Happy Birthday, Thanks. You get the idea. There are lots of options. I did want to take this one here. Yes. And just to see how it looks between a black sentiment, which is very cute, or a white sentiment. All right. So the one last question for you, my friends. Are we doing the white label or are we doing the black one? So let me know in the comments. Are we doing the white sentiment or are we doing the black sentiment? Let me know which one you like better. Okay, there we go. Let me put these back in the packet. As you can tell, those things are absolutely amazing. They are perfect for some quick and fast cards. If you wanted to make up a gift set of cards for maybe your mom or a grandparent or some folks in the nursing home, maybe you could make up a whole bunch of cards just like this and give them a package of, or even just a couple of sheets of the sentiments, and they could put whatever sentiment they need on there. And that way, they don't have to have a card for every occasion. They can have a handful of fabulous cards and choose their occasion, right? That is absolutely wonderful. Okay, folks, I think I am going to use the white sentiment there. So I'm going to put this one away, and I'm going to put this up on dimensionals. And you have the grill ready? Yes. Okay, very good. Now, of course, we don't want this to sag, so we're going to put 3 dimensionals on it. Mr. Sullivan, would you mind to pull the back off of those? And while you're doing that, I will add the adhesive to the back of our grill. And I think that will do us, folks. I hope that you guys have gotten some inspiration and see that, I mean, having the stamps and dies are great, but if you don't happen to care for an item in the suite, of course, you can get all of the other things and modify what you do like. You don't have to be stuck getting things that you don't care for. And of course, I don't want you to get something that you're not in love with, because if you do, then you're never going to use it, right? But paper, you can use that up, no problem. And even if you don't really care for it, once you've used it up, it's gone and you never have to think about it again, right? And it doesn't take up a lot of space, which is absolutely wonderful. All right, folks, so there it is. Isn't that cute? Absolutely love it. What do you think, Mr. Sullivan? Did we do good? Oh, I forgot to put the sentiment on here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on. There we go. Look at me doing all crazy. There we go. That's good. I actually kind of want it to be a little more. There we go. That's better. How's that? Ooh, crooked. There. That better?
Yep.
That's good. All right. So there it is. Okay. That's the final project. Super, super stinking cute. We didn't do any stamping whatsoever. Was it terrible?
No.
Good. All right. Hold on, folks. Let me go ahead and switch my camera around. Okay. There we go. All right, friends. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with us this evening. Thanks to Mr. Sullivan for helping out and not leaving me all alone, all by myself.
Well, don't quit your day job.
Don't quit my day job. You're supposed to support me. Say, oh, you sound beautiful, darling.
Just like the birds outside.
Oh, that's so sweet. Isn't he sweet, everybody? Okay, guys. Thank you all for being here with us this evening. We really appreciate it. It looks weird when you do it that way. Do it this way. There you go.
Mom,
Oh.
it's with the other camera.
Yeah, right. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us this evening, and we hope that you've learned a lot. And remember that you can get any of these products on my website. There's the Shop With Me QR code right there. And starting tomorrow and Saturday, yes, tomorrow is Friday the 2nd and Saturday the 3rd.
Sunday the 4th.
Yeah.
Monday's the 5th.
Okay. Stampin' Up! Is doing double rewards points for your purchases. Okay. So instead of getting 10% on all of your purchases over $20, you're going to get 20% off. And that is absolutely fabulous. So the way that the rewards work is if you place, let's say, a $20 order, then you will get $4 in Stampin' Rewards put away for you towards your next purchase. Okay, so you won't be able to use them on that first purchase, but they will be stowed away for you so that you can rack them up and you can get big things for free. It's absolutely wonderful. Okay, and you have like a whole year to use them up, so it's fantastic. So if you'd like to place an order, I would wait until tomorrow morning and then place the order so that you get the extra rewards. All right, folks, have a wonderful night. I am so looking forward to seeing you guys next Thursday, where I believe we will have another special guest.